Hello and welcome to Chandra's Dota. In this episode, I will be describing a hero from Dota to Chan who is an artist with no Dota experience. So you will have to draw the hero based on my description alone. Annotation, skip to end to see completed drawing. In this episode, I will describe the hero Alchemist. Alchemist is a crazed, drunken gnome riding a yellow ogre. I'm gonna start by describing Alchemist himself. He's the little gnome guy. So an alchemist sits in the cradle of the ogre's shoulders. He could do that because the ogre is hunched forward really far. His neck is at a 90-degree angle to his spine. So his head is just in front of his body, sticking out. And then Alchemist sits on top of where the ogre's head should be in a saddle, which that kind of means they're not friends at all. It's definitely a master's servant relationship. There are purple bottles hanging off of the saddle, which are presumably for alchemical reasons. So Alchemist wears an undershirt with trousers combo, that classic combo. So he's kind of like a working man looking little gnome guy. He's got big forearm length lavender gloves, also a lavender smurf hat with a gold tip. He wields a green potion in his left hand, and he's got a medium-sized beard that's white, but it's one of those beards where the mustache kind of hangs out more than, it's more pronounced than the rest of his beard. And he's got buck teeth, but not huge, giant buck teeth that are comical. He's just, if you're looking for them, you can see them, but they're not super noticeable. Alchemist has large, downward sloping ears, like Yoda, and wide, crazy eyes, like Yoda, and his right eye is all white, like he might be blind in that eye, but you don't know. I mean, he could be magic or something, I don't know, or scienced it with alchemy. He has big bushy black eyebrows, in contrast to his white beard. You can't really see what kind of hair he has because his smurf hat covers it. His skin is lavender-ish mauve, like the rest of his color scheme. His entire color scheme is very mauve-y. Moving on to the ogre. The ogre looks like an ogre. He's just a big head. He's just huge in general. He's got the beady eyes, the massive, ugly nose, and it's squashed up in between his eyes. He's got a gaping mouth. He's got the two lower canines protruding from his face, and he's kind of perpetually grimacing. I mean, think of Shrek, but kind of like an off-brand, sad, angry Shrek. He also has two semi-pointed ears. They're not super elfin-like. And he's got two big hoop gold earrings in each of his ears. So he's a little bit fancy. He's got very long arms. They're kind of gorilla-ish. And his stance is kind of wide. He's got a wide stance. His knees are bent. He's almost perpetually squatting. He's got kind of a middle-aged manual labor body in that his arms are freaking massive. He just looks super strong. And he's also just hunched over from years of carrying around a little man on his back 24/7. But he also has that dad gut, that soft 35-year-old gut where you just don't care anymore. The reason you can see this is because he's wearing this weird leather tank top belly shirt number. It almost looks like a bra because it looks like it provides support, but it's a little bit more it covers his entire back. It's like a little belly vest that ends under his chest. The ogre's like a Simpsons yellow. He's extremely yellow. He has bracers and stitched leather pants and brown knee pads. He's got a couple pouches and a bag hanging off of his belt. He has 3 big yellow toes just sticking out of his shoes. Also, he's wearing a leather helmet that only covers the top of his head and his sideburns, so you can see his entire gross face. But his helmet is really long. It's got the big sideburn guards that go all the way down to the bottom of his head, and protruding from the top of this helmet is a horn, and it looks like a rhino horn, so it's made out of bone. The ogre wears leather orange shoulder guards that have long hook-like designs going down them. He also has 2 machete-like swords crossed on his back. So yeah, that's that's Alchemist in a nutshell. He's like a corrupted Smurf riding a knockoff Hulk.
Blooper reel.
It really helps with confidence when the person recording is yelling blooper reel as you're trying to go through your shit.